Well, isn't that wonderful? They finally got my live working right. All right. So give us a few seconds here. So I allow some people to step foot in here. Just give me a second real quick. Take these headphones off. All right. So let me see real quick. Let me see something. All right. So one of the many reasons why I find this a very, very important topic here is because, for one, you know, the lies. And two, is because they're about to, let's say they're about to present the fallen angels, to people. Let me just bring something up real quick dealing with this subject here. All right. All right. So when I say they're about to, present fallen angels to everybody, hello, Brian, like, I'm just going to call you Brian, man, because I don't want to slaughter your last name. And to anybody else that's going to be joining or viewing this on Facebook, because I know a lot of people don't, they don't join coming to YouTube, but they'll look at it from Facebook. And to all those that might step in later and, view this later. Now, I'm going to let this be known right now for the, YouTube people that are going to be watching this video. Okay. This isn't medical disinformation here. Okay. Just talk about something totally different. So if you guys slap me with a copyright, right now I'm on the phone recording exactly what I'm talking about. So without further ado, okay, let me just share this, show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here. Because again, they like to hide stuff in their little bills here. Let me just put this on full screen for you guys. Okay. So I just want you guys to see the headlines here. Okay. This is just not one source talking about this, right? And I find it very, very odd here that, Donald Trump signs this bill, right? And it has this whole thing talking about the intelligence agencies have less than 180 days to declassify UFO information. Could aliens be silicone-based life forms? Okay, this is in the, the COVID-19 relief bill. Okay, all the news is talking about it. Hype Beast is talking about it. CH, whatever this is. All the news articles are talking about it. So Snopes is talking about it, right? So let's look at this. And this is the reason why I'm telling people, the earth is flat, planets don't exist, aliens are fake, they're fallen angels, okay? The government know, and that's why Donald Trump started that Space Force, okay? He wants you to think that they're trying to combat, how do I get this ad off here? They want you to think that they're combating, all these other nations from trying to fight us from space. I mean, give me a break. So I'm going to be going into some scriptures here. Okay, so it says here, the claim, right? We know the fact checkers, right? The claim is in December 2020, a U.S. federal omnibus spending bill that included COVID-19 relief started a 180-day countdown to an unclassified report on UFO disclosures. And what they say about this article, it's true. Okay, so they actually did put a bill in. It says here, in late December 2020 and early January 2021, Snopes readers asked whether it was true that the United States President Donald Trump's signing of the COVID-19 relief bill on December 27th, that's when everybody's, money was to be renewed. They were renewing the bill. Right. This is around the time when they had the whole fraud scandal going on in California. Right. So very, very odd things on multiple levels. So it says here, 2020 started the 180-day clock counting down until the presentation of a report to Senate Intelligence and Armed Service Committees on what are colloquially known as UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Of course, they know what they are, though. They know what these things that people are catching in the sky, are fallen angels. Think about it. When all those balls of light flew over Washington, D.C. back in the day, those were the fallen angels. Just like when they had let me bring this up too, because I did look into some of this stuff back then when I told you guys in my testimony, right? This all started with aliens, right? It started with a prayer. It was asking the Most High, basically, did he create aliens and all this other stuff? And, this is the rabbit hole I went down before. And Brian, rovers on Mars, try Greenland. Just a little hint for you guys there. Okay, so this was back in World War II. Okay, this was when I was going down this rabbit hole that the Most High was leading me down. And I ran into this, what were the mysterious Foo Fighters sighted in World War II? And it was all this talk about, how Hitler had this super technology, right? He had, he already had, jet propulsion, fighter jets and all this stuff before we even had this stuff. And then it said that, he fled down to Antarctica and all this garbage, which gave them reason to go down to Antarctica. All these nations, all this stuff ties in with this whole flat earth thing, right? So I'm just getting into this stuff here, talks about the Foo Fighters, taking down these airplanes. I just want to show you guys that, because I was going to mention that, this is where it all started for me. Okay. So it says the story was originally published by Science and Technology news site, The Debrief, and went viral after it was aggregated by the New York Post with the headlines, COVID-19 bill started a 180-day countdown for UFO disclosures. Other publications also picked up the story. So it just goes into here and it talks about how Trump signed this bill and, the COVID-19 relief bill is all about alien disclosure. And they talk about all these UFOs. They even talk about this one that was sighted, back in 2020. Debunking. Right. So here you go. Look, is this really from Mars? You guys, okay. Take a look at this. This say, is this real audio from Mars? No. Is this a real picture from Mars? Let's try that one first. You worried about the audio. Now let's take a look at the picture here. Okay. So tell me, we know humans aren't on Mars. We know this for a fact. Okay. They even said that they're trying to send the first humans on Mars. Okay, follow me. Oh, John Cage. Sorry if I don't answer your questions. I got 2 pages running. Okay, this page that I'm sharing here, and the page that I'm running my what's his name on. And let me just show you what I mean here. So when you guys see that I'm not answering, when you see I'm not answering, I'm running off 2 pages here. I got this page open and this page open here, right? On the other side, so that my my connection will work a little bit better. So as you guys see, I got 2 different tab screens open. So for right now, sharing this right here. Again, I ask you guys, common sense tells us there's not a human being on Mars. Okay? Not one. Okay? They're sitting here trying to push this fake photo here that was taken in Greenland. Okay? And you're going to find out why I said that in a minute, that the photo was taken in Greenland. But they want you to actually believe that this photo is real. Common sense question. Who took a picture of this so-called rover on Mars? Who took the photo? I mean, did they just send another camera? Did they just send another camera up there or what? They send a camera up there to take a picture of this rover taking pictures of this planet. It makes you wonder when you see things like this. No one asked that question in their mind, like, what took a picture of this rover here? If there's not a human being on Mars, you got to account for how in the heck did they get a photo from Mars? How far away is Mars from Earth? I mean, give me a break. You can't even get cell phone reception, in the boondocks. So how in the heck are they getting it from millions of miles away? Those must be some powerful satellites that they got floating around up there. Now, I'm sorry, but I have to. I just have to. This is what I'm sorry. This is what people actually believe we're doing right now. And it's sad that no one can come off this lie here. And the reason why I got this up right here is because this totally contradicts what the Bible says. Okay. We all know God created the heavens and the earth. We all know this. Okay. But for some odd reason, we buy this lie here. Science feeds us. Okay. This going around and this going around and this is sitting still. Okay. Just think about that. This is going around. Think about it. It doesn't make sense. How'd they land on the moon? First and foremost, how'd they do it? Second, when airplanes are flying, due to the rotation of the earth, okay, I know you're going to say gravity, right? You're going to say gravity, okay? Because that's the easiest. Let's just do this real quick. Let's just go on what the scriptures say here, okay? For people that don't understand why this is so important, why I'm talking about it so much, blow this up for you guys to see, because not a lot of people have a Bible. Not a lot of people read their Bible. A lot of people need to take that book and brush the dust off it and open it up and reread it. Okay. And whole chapters. You ain't gonna get nothing taking, say, 1, 2, 3 verses and just say, okay, that's it. Okay. It's not gonna happen. Okay. So it says here, praise ye the Most High. Praise the Most High. I'm going to call him the Most High because I like that title better, a little bit better. Praise, O ye servants of the Most High. Praise the name of the Most High, okay? Because a lot of times they, took his name out and replaced it with Lord over 6,888 times in the Bible. So, blessed be the name of the Most High from this time forth and forevermore. Now, pay attention to what's being said here. From the rising of the sun unto the going down of the same, the Most High name is to be praised. Okay? From the rising of the sun, that means the sun is moving. Okay? This is what it says right here. Okay, we're going to continue a little bit more. We're going to read this whole thing here because this is dealing with the earth. The Lord, the Most High, is high above all nations. Above all nations. He's high. When something's high, is it up or down? The reason why I ask this, here's a common sense question for those that do believe what they do believe, dealing with this, ball earth here. Just to give you guys clear prime example of why I say what I say. Take a look at this. Okay? You mean to tell me, as a matter of fact, this is what I wanted to do right here. So say, for instance, when I ask the question here, let me turn this ball. Let me turn this ball right side up because it's leaning to the side, guys. Sorry. Let's make it as realistic as possible here. Okay. Now, it looks just like what we learned in school, right? United States sits on the side of the globe. Okay, I'm in California right now. Okay, common sense question. Am I standing to the side of the ball right now due to gravity pulling me to the earth? I don't think so. I think I'm standing right side up. Another common sense question here. Let's say here, I did this measurement, right? And it's this line that goes across the earth, as you see. Okay. Now, question. You see where this line is going here. Okay. It's going to make sense when I explain it. Okay. Say, for instance, you have a flight, right? You got a flight going from San Francisco, California. As you see here, I am at San Francisco International Airport. As you see here. This is SFO. Now, I got a marker here from the runway, right? Here's the marker. Here's the start. This is where the plane would be taking off at, right here. Okay. Now, every time, and mind you, I stay like right across the water here. Okay. Mind you guys. When I see airplanes taking off from SFO, they go up this way. They go all up this way. All of them. Every last one. I stay in this region here. Okay. This is where the airport is. So I see all the airplanes taking off and going up this way. Taking off and going up this way. Going up north. Right? Even the airplanes, I know most of these airplanes, some of them got to be going to China. So question, we zoom out here. You see the flight this airplane would be taking if it was flying over a ball here. Okay. You see where this line is right here. See, this line is curving. And that's another thing here. As you guys see on my screen cover, it's called a horizon for a reason. Okay, let's just do this. Let me see if I could go into, let me just do this. Let me get this measuring off. How do I do this here? All right. All right, so let me see here. All right, I got it down now. Take a look here. You got all this, right? You would think, when you're flying from the West Coast here, going over to Japan, right? That's where my marker was. I had to take it down because I wanted to show exactly where it was at. Speaking of also the horizon, that's what I was going to do here. Let me put this in 2D. Okay. There is no straight line on a ball. Okay. I don't care how much you say there's a straight line on a ball. There is none, and there never will be. We could just keep going here. Okay. It's never going to be straight line on this ball ever. Why? Because a ball does not have a straight line on it, period. Okay. If you take a ruler and you just measure it up against the tip of this ball here, you will see there's supposed to be a drop off. Okay. It's always going to be a drop off when it's a ball, period. I don't care how close you go, just like, let's see here. Another valid question, if you believe what you do believe with this, this ball here, just pay attention to the background, into the deep, dark void of space, right? So-called. Where's the sun at? Right? Because they tell us the sun is 93 million miles away. I'm going all over the place, turning this ball here. I don't see the sun, right? I don't see it anywhere. But here's another problem. You don't see the sun nowhere. Why? Because what they tell you, it's 93 million miles away. Oh, really? It's 93 million miles away. We can't see it in space, right? Because it's 93 million miles away. Well, let's just zoom in somewhere, just a random spot, right? We're just going to zoom in somewhere on a random spot, maybe where there's streets or a freeway or something. Okay. Just show you something very fascinating here. Let's go to Kansas. Flatter than the pancake here. I find that very interesting. They classify, the state of Kansas is flatter than a pancake. Okay. Now, remember, I just showed you that on this ball, Even in space, you can't even see the sun. Why? Because it's supposedly 93 million miles away. Okay. Let's just drop him here. And just look at this. I find this very, very odd. You can't see the sun because it's 93 million miles away. Even when you're so-called in space, this wouldn't probably be a good location, seeing that, it's probably not a good location. It's kind of cloudy. Can't really see anything. But flatland. Take a look at this. There's a reason why they say Kansas is flatter than a pancake. Okay. It's a reason. Look at this. Long stretch of road. Let's just take a look at this. Due to perspective, you can't see that far. So, of course, you're not going to see all this down here. Okay? You're not. It's not due to the curvature of the earth. You just can't see that far. Okay? You see all this flat land, 360. Okay? You don't see nothing going down, curving or nothing. Now, how's that possible? You get this straight line, right? Straight line on this ball here. For every mile, there's supposed to be 8 inches of curvature, right? That's what they say in their math. For every mile, there's supposed to be 8 inches in curvature. 8. So multiply 8, 8 miles to however many miles you're traveling, and you'll get your number of the drop in curvature you're supposed to have. Okay, let's go somewhere else. See, Arizona is pretty sunny in Arizona. I don't think there's any clouds in Arizona unless it's a dust storm or something, right? I just want you guys to see this, just so you guys don't think I'm the crazy one for talking about this subject so much, okay? Because it makes sense, when you sit back and you use your mind and you think and you do stuff like this, right? So it's pretty clear here, right? So I just showed you guys that you can't see the sun because it's supposedly 93 million miles away. But look at this. You got the sun sitting right here, but for some odd reason, I'm right here. For some odd reason, I go all the way out here and I spin this thing right here around and around, and I can't find the sun. Why is that? Oh, look at that. Okay, now it's working. Look at this. Where's the sun? Huh? Where is it? Because obviously, I can see it when it's on Earth, right? I can see it on Earth. But for some odd reason, this thing's supposed to be in space. But yet, it's 93 million miles away. You can't see it in space, right? Oh, is it this dot right here? Is that the sun? Is it just projecting a photon of light and it's just giving us that ball, right? I mean, give me a break. I mean, use your mind. Does it make sense? You see the Milky Way, you see all this stuff, but for some odd reason, you don't even see the moon. Where's the moon? It's all supposed to be in space. This is Google Earth, right? I guess they got, they do say they got satellites up there, but they just can't send you an image of the sun or the moon up there. What do you know? But yet people still believe this is what we're on, right? Everyone still believes it. Let's just go back down here. Earth view. See how it flattens out? Look at that. Does it add up? It doesn't add up to me, especially when you look up, right? You see this here. All right, where's the sun at? It's not over here. Let me show you something else real quick, because this is a very, very, very valid question. Okay. Tell me, due to gravity, are these people, as you see, I mean, no one's illiterate here. As you see, Antarctica is at the bottom of the globe. Okay. It's underneath the ball. So to be standing underneath this ball would seem totally ridiculous. And it is totally ridiculous when you find out that, you know, there are indeed people that stay down here. Okay. It's totally ridiculous. But yet no one asked this question. Due to gravity, people being down here, are they standing upside down underneath the ball, Earth? Just like over here in, what is this, Brazil, or what is this city down here? It's close to Antarctica or the ice wall. What about, where is this? What is this? Okay, what about over here at these national parks? Okay, when people are right here on these mountains, are they upside down the bottom of this ball here? Are they upside down? Due to gravity. I mean, this is what we all been taught, right? Due to gravity, you see, you get your globe, all this stuff is underneath the ball. Gravity, right? Let me just show you guys, because I find it very, very fascinating as well. This guy, David, you know, he visits Signs and Wonders channel a lot, right? He was there earlier. A couple of shows ago, he mentioned something about the bases being down here. And then he wanted to know what I knew about it. Excuse me, I'm drinking some coffee. So I didn't even mention anything about any bases down here. But let's do a little investigation, shall we, in this area here. And this is so easy, anybody could do it. All you got to do, type in Google Earth and ask yourself, first, are these people upside down here? Now look at this tomfoolery. They want you to believe that it's all encased in ice down here, right? This is what they actually want you to believe, right? Let's zoom out. See, this whole area is just patched out with ice. You zoom in and then up. Well, what do you know? You start to see uncovering, right? Start to see the uncovering here. It's right here at McMurdo. Look at that. Very fascinating here, right? Cover it up with sheets of ice or patch. See these cutout spots here. And you see all this stuff, right? What is this right here? What is all this? Huh? What is all this? Because when you zoom out, you clearly don't see nothing here, right? You zoom in and it's cut, patch, hide this. Don't let them see that, right? What for? What's it for? Are these guys down here standing underneath the ball Earth here? I mean, you tell me. I find it very fascinating that people can actually live underneath a ball. If that sounds totally ridiculous, I just find it very fascinating. This is in Antarctica, right? Oh, look at who you got here. Find it very fascinating here, huh? National Science Foundation. or federation or whatever they call themselves, right? All these power plants down there. What downtown McMurdo, right? Find it very fascinating, right? Then you do this, right? Let's go here. Because indeed, I was going to bring these questions, right? I'm going to bring these questions to the table, but, obviously, it's not important to know when you're being lied to, right? It's also important that you just believe and bank on what man tells you and not trust what God's word says. That's for many people that, when people bring these truths out and we get bashed for telling the truth here, and no one goes and does the research themselves. No one goes and say, hey, well, why are they just cutting stuff out here? Why is this patched up looking like ice here when you're zoomed out? But when you zoom in, it's just, oh, why is that? That tells me with common sense that they got something to hide down there, don't they? And then you do some further investigation, right? Do further investigation down here. And like I said before, find it very, very fascinating here, this thing here, right? This Pac-Man here, right? Find this very, very fascinating. Like I keep telling people, it's not so hard for them to take a flat earth map and wrap it around the ball. And just to show you guys, how exactly, that could be possible. I'm gonna show you guys something real quick. So let me turn my camera on real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. I want you guys to see this. I want you to see what this says here. This map was published in 1920. Okay. 1920. Okay. 10th edition, the Great Circle Chart of the World from the Geographical Center of the United States. And it says it's equidistant projection centered on 40 degrees north, 100 degrees west. Okay, and they got all this stuff on there. Find it very funny, right? Find it very odd at this map here. If you guys could see that, adds up exactly to what the flat earth map is. So what gives? Because here's the geographical location that they were taking it from. And then they were going out and mapping it all like that, right? 1920s map, right? And then to go even further with this, just to show you guys that I have one of those maps. To go even further with this, guess what? We're going to look at what the old military maps used to look like. Find it very, very fascinating here. You know, very fascinating. Here, let's just show you. Okay. Map 1990 to 1999, or 1900s to 1999. United States Army Map Service. Okay. Here you go. Then we're going to go down to that 1920s, right? Let's see if they got a whole complete map. Okay, so it's not this. Let's just go to the images real quick. Let's see. Map available online, 1920 to 1929 maps, Library of Congress. Let's look in here. This is a government website. All this is, see, Library of Congress, LOC, just to show you guys. You see on the search bar says loc.gov/maps, search maps, right? Let's see if they have a world map here. Because we get right down to the bottom of this. Earth, planet, Earth, too. Okay, let's see. Earth, planet. See, they got Earth, and then they got Earth, planet, right? Let's see what they bring up here. Take a look at this. Boy, oh boy. Oh, look at this. Look at what it says at the top. New correct map of the flat surface stationary Earth. Oh, what do you know? And it says ice, South Circle. Look at this. It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, not a ball. Once again, North Circle, right? Look at this. Greenland, it tells you, Alaska, Russia, America. This is exactly what the flat earth map says, right? And I just type in here, look, this is from your government, LOC, Library of Congress.gov. And all you got to do is go to maps, search maps. And here you go. This is, what is this? Let me tell you what map this is, by the way. And we'll keep going, right? Keep going. So it's original format map available online, date 1920, 1929, subject maps, location, Earth, planet, right? But then they show you a flat stationary disc, a circle. Because, see, a circle is not a ball, period. So let's go down the line here. Let's see how many, world maps. Let's look at the world maps. Look at this, flat. But of course, let's go to 1928. Let's go back to Earth, right? Planet. It's only one. Oh, that's the only one. Okay, so there you have it. Once again, another government website, Library of Congress. Okay. Again, it's what you're dealing with. This is why people can't get past the lies. Right? It's exactly why. You got, this is the map right here. You know, all these maps, right? You got this right here. You got this right here, right in front of your face. And I showed this card many times. What does it say on the card? People laugh, but the flat earthers know something. Right here on the card. You want to know what we know? This right here. Okay? I'm going to explain it using all these Bible verses here, dealing with how God created the earth, what he did, what the sun, the moon, and all that stuff does here, right? Let's start with Job 9, right? Blow this up so you guys can see this. Here it says here, then Job answered and said, I know it is so of a truth, but how should man be just with God? If he will contend with him, he cannot answer him 1 of 1,000. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength, who have hardened himself against him and have prospered, which removeth the mountains and they know not, which overturneth them in his anger, which shaketh the earth out of her place, and the pillars thereof tremble. Okay, so the earth has pillars. Okay, well, where's the pillars on the ball? I don't see pillars on the ball earth. Again, here he says here, again, dealing with the sun. You're told in school that the earth is rotating the sun, when God's word says here, which commandeth the sun, and it rise not. Well, if the earth is constantly rotating the sun, how's the sun made not to rise? Doesn't make sense. And sealeth up the stars, right? Which alone spreadeth out the heavens, and treadeth upon the waves of the sea. Which maketh Arcturus, these are constellations. You know that Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades, and the chambers of the south, which doeth great things past finding out, yea, and wonders without numbers. Lo, he goeth by me, and I see him not. He passeth on also, but I perceive him not. So it's talking about, you know, God's presence in the wind and all that stuff. When you read, once again, let me take some of this stuff down here. Take that down, take that down, take that down, take that down. Okay, where is it? Job 37, right? Take that down as well. Okay, right here in Job 37, it says it right here. Because I'm going to read this whole chapter next, right? But it says it right here. He says unto this, hearken unto this, O Job, stand still and consider the wondrous works of God. Dost thou know when God disposeth them and causeth the light of his cloud to shine? Dost thou know the balancings of the clouds, the wondrous works of him which is perfect in knowledge, how thy garments are warm when he quieteth the earth by the south wind? Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong as a molten looking glass? Says right here, teach us what we shall say unto him, for we cannot order our speech by reason of darkness. So again, why would it be telling Job, you know, teach us? Or, you know, Job's, you know, asking the Most High, you know, teach us, or asking his son, whoever he was asking. He was saying, teach us what we shall say unto him. Okay. So when you go up there and you die, and you go up there and you meet him on Judgment Day, and he asks you clearly, how did I create my earth? And you tell him what science told you. How do you think you're going to fare out when he's telling you in his word how he created the earth? It also states right here, says here, and now men see not the bright light which is in the clouds, but the wind passeth and cleanseth him. Fair weather coming out of the north with God, his terrible majesty, touching the Almighty, we cannot find him out. Okay. Again, dealing with the wind, right? Like the presence of the Most High is always around here. He's the clouds. His voice is the lightning, right? He is a consuming fire, right? We get many descriptions, of God, when his presence is known. Okay. Just like these storms that's happening, right? When you read in the book of Enoch, talks about the snow, the frost, the dew, the hoarfrost, and all these things, the rain, all these things being angels and spirits, right? Even the weather, are either an angel or a spirit. And that's what it's classified as, right? Just like in Job 38, the very next chapter in Job. But first, let's continue on with, where is it? Job 9, okay? Says here, behold, he taketh away, who can hinder him? Who will say unto him, what doest thou? If Yah, I'm gonna call him his name, okay? I don't like using the titles here. If Yah will not withdraw his anger, the proud helpers do stoop under him. How much less shall I answer him and choose out my words to reason with him? Whom though I were righteous, yet I would not answer, but I would make supplication to my judge. If I had called and he had answered me, yet would I not believe that he had hearkened unto my voice. For he breaketh me with a tempest and multiplieth my wounds without cause. He will not suffer me to take my breath, but filleth me with bitterness. If I speak of strength, lo, he is strong. And if of judgment, who shall set me a time to plead? If I justify myself, my own mouth shall condemn me. If I say I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse, right? So you got a lot of people like this guy that I know personally named Perry, who claims he cannot sin and he's perfect, which, his mouth is proving him to be perverse. Okay. And there's other places where, this stuff is mentioned, but, some people need to start reading their Bible as well. Okay. This is why, go into the whole chapter here. This is one thing, therefore I said it. He destroyeth the perfect and the wicked. So if you seek to be perfect, he destroyeth the perfect and the wicked. So if you claim to be perfect, he's going to come and destroy you. If the scourge slay suddenly, he will laugh at the trowel of the innocent. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Now my days are swifter than a post. They flee away. They see no good. They are passed away as the swift ships, as the eagle that hasteneth his prey. If I say I will forget my complaint, I will leave off my heaviness and comfort myself. I'm afraid of all my sorrows. I know that thou wilt not hold me innocent. If I be wicked, why then labor I in vain? If I wash myself with snow water and make my hands never so clean, yet thou shalt plunge me in the ditch, and mine own clothes shall pour me. For he is not a man as I am, that I should answer him, and we should come together in judgment. Neither is there any daysman betwixt us that might lay his hand upon us both. Let him take his rod away from me, and let not his fear terrify me. Then would I speak and not fear him, but it is not so with me. Okay. So you get into this, just trying to cover all these scriptures where it points out very interesting things here, like in this chapter of Joshua 10, right? Just going down, might just keep this kind of short. I'm not going to go through whole chapters here so much when some of them, I could just get straight to the point. So here it says here, this is dealing with Joshua when he was going into Gibeon, says here, Joshua therefore came unto them suddenly and went up from Gilgal all night. And the Lord, the Most High, discomforted them before Israel and slew them with a great slaughter at Gibeon and chased them along the way that goeth up to Beth Horon and smote them to Azekah or whatever that word is, and unto Makkedah. And it came to pass as they fled before Israel and were in and were in the going down to Beth Horon that the Most High cast great stones from heaven upon them unto Ezekiel, and they died. And they were more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword. Then Joshua spake unto the Most High in the day when the Most High delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, pay attention to what he says to Israel in the sight before them. He says, son, let me blow this up so you guys can see this clearly. Says it down here. Son, stand thou still. It's telling the sun to stand still. That obviously means the sun has to be moving. So, says here, sun, stand thou still in Gibeon, and the moon, and thou moon in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still. So if the sun's standing still here, how is that so? The earth is rotating the sun every day. How is it that the sun stood still back in these days here when Joshua commanded, sun, stand thou still up here? But again, many people don't, they can't comprehend this because, again, people don't believe the way God created the earth. Genesis 1 tells us he put a barrier up there. He put the sun and the moon inside the sky or the firmament. And beyond the firmament is water. That's why you see a blue sky, right? Let me just do this real quick. Bring this down real quick. Stop sharing. Let's do this real quick, right? Because I know a lot of people are not going to stick around. This is all common sense, right? It's basic common sense here. When you see stuff like this, right? See stuff like this, it's kind of hard to say that, hey, as you guys see on my screen cover, you see blue water and a blue sky. Okay? Blue water and a blue sky, right? The reason why I'm showing that is because of this. Okay? Let's go back to what the Bible says here. The very beginning of everybody's Bible, Genesis chapter 1, right? The reason why the sky is as blue as the ocean. A lot of people, can't grasp, This is what God said here. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. God made the firmament divide the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. Okay? Now, what is a firmament? Even in your dictionary here, says here, firmament, the heavens or the sky, especially when regarded to as a tangible thing. Okay? Clearly stated. The sky. There is water above the sky, the firmament. But again, a lot of people, don't believe what their Bible says. Okay? Isaiah 40, right? Talks about how he sits on the circle of the earth, right? And how the inhabitants are like grasshoppers, right? Talks about a man, the workman melteth a graven image, and the goldsmith spreadeth over the gold and casteth silver chains, right? It talks about them making all these, graven images here, right here, He that is so impoverished that he hath no oblation, cause of a tree that will not root, he seeketh unto him a cunning workman to prepare a graven image that shall not be moved. Again, have ye not known, have ye not heard, hath it not been told to you from the beginning, have ye not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth. A circle. Okay? It's a circle. People say, let's just do this. Would you say this is a circle? I mean, tell me which one is a circle. Tell me. I'll wait. I mean, it becomes pretty obvious that this is not a circle. This is a sphere. We learned shapes in preschool. Give you a clear example of a circle. This is a circle. Can be drawn on a flat surface. Okay? Circle. We all learned shapes in preschool. You can tell that this does not look like this. I'm sorry. You can't get this and say it's this. It doesn't work. Isaiah 38, right? And this shall be the sign unto thee from the Lord. He's talking about this sign here, right? Says this, he said, and this shall be a sign unto thee from the Most High, that the Most High will do this thing that he hath spoken. And behold, I will bring again the shadow of the degrees, which is gone down in the sundial of Ahaz, 10 degrees backwards. So the sun returned 10 degrees, by which degrees it was gone down. So basically what this is saying here is the sun was moving one way and then it stopped and went backwards. The writing of Hezekiah, king of Judah, when he had been sick and was recovered of his sickness, I said in the cutting off of my days, I shall go to the gates of the grave and deprive of the residue of my years. This is the Most High saying that he is going to do this thing that he has spoken, because he said it up here. It's talking about, talk about him setting his house in order. It says here, in those days was Hezekiah sick unto death, and Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos, came unto him and said unto him, thus saith the Most High, set thine house in order, for thou shalt die and not live. And Hezekiah turned his face toward the wall and prayed unto the Most High and said, remember now, O Lord, I beseech thee, how I have walked before thee in truth and with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good in thy sight. And Hezekiah wept sore. Then came the word of the Most High to Isaiah, saying, go and say to Hezekiah, thus saith the Most High, the God of David thy father, I have heard thy prayer and have seen thy tears. Behold, I will add unto thy days 15 years. So he gave him 15 extra years of life, right? And this was his sign that he was going to do this. And I will deliver thee in this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria, and I will defend this city. And this shall be a sign unto thee from the Most High, that the Most High will do this thing that he hath spoken. What thing? Giving him his 15 extra years of life and protecting and defending the city. The sign was he was going to bring the shadow of the degrees, which has gone down in the sundial of Ahaz, 10 degrees backwards. So the sun returned 10 degrees, by which degrees it was going down. Okay? Clearly understood. Sun moved backwards. And that was the only time it happened. Here's another account in the Bible, right? Where the sun stood still. Amos 5. Let me just find that. Okay, so let's talk about, let's see, where is it? Okay, it's not this. I don't know why I have this one up. That was probably for something else. Okay, Psalm 19, the heavens declare. All right, I want to, let me see. Job. I believe it's Isaiah 45. I believe it's here. Yeah, I think it is here. Yeah, it is. Let me see. I think I brought up some other stuff dealing with something else. Or I'm just bypassing some of this stuff. All right, so that's not what I was looking for. All right, so let me see what else. Where else is this thing I'm looking for? So it talks about how Psalms 93, talks about the Lord reigneth, he is clothed with majesty, the Lord is clothed with strength, wherewith he hath girded himself. The world is also established that it cannot be moved. Okay. So it's not spinning and orbiting anything in space. Okay. Stationary, doesn't move. Okay. Also in Psalms 104, says it over and over. Here you have him explaining how the earth was made. Bless the Most High, O my soul. Oh Lord my God, thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty. Who coverest thyself with light as a garment, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain, right? How do you stretch out something like a curtain? Who lay beams of his chambers in the waters, who make the clouds his chariot, who walk upon the wings of the wind, who make his angels spirits, who his ministers a flaming fire, who laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be moved forever. Thou coverest it with the deep as with the garment. The water stood above the mountains. At thy rebuke they fled, and at the voice of thy thunder they hasted away. They go up by the mountains, they go down by the valleys into the place which thou hast founded for them. Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over. And this is talk about your ice wall, a boundary or a bound, that they turn not again to cover the earth. He sendeth the springs into the valleys which run among the hills. He gave drink to every beast of the field. The wild asses quench their thirst. By them shall the fowls of the heaven have their habitation, which sing among the branches. He watereth the hills from his chambers. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of thy works. He causeth the grass to grow for the cattle, and herb for his service of man, that he may bring forth food out of the earth. And the wine maketh glad the heart of man, and the oil maketh his face shine. The beard, bread which strengthen man's heart. Trees of the Lord. So let's talk about all the trees and everything, that all this stuff he created, right? Talking about his creation, right? He mentions the earth, being founded on things, right? Right here. Okay, first off, who laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be moved forever? Removed, right? Let's go into Psalms 19 here. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Talking about the firmament, the sky shows his handiwork. Day unto day utter a speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language wherewith their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out from all the earth, and their words unto the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoices as a strong man to run a race. His going forth from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. Talking about the sun, talk about how the sun is moving. The law of the Most High is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Most High is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Most High are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Most High is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Most High is clean, enduring forever. The judgment of the Most High are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired than gold, yeah, much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. So, it's talking about, little stuff. Always mentions his creation, right? Even Ephesians 4, right? Talk about him ascending up, right? Ascending above all the heavens, right? What was in here that I want to get out of here? I don't think it's anything in there I want to get. But Ecclesiastic 1, right? Talk about the words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What profit a man? What profit hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. The sun also ariseth. It rises, it moves. And the sun goeth down. It moves, it goes up and down. And hasteneth to his place where he rose, goes back to the place where he rose. The wind goeth toward the south and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth about continually. The wind returneth again according to its circuits. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. To the place from whence the rivers come is where they return again, basically. All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. The thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun. So basically, the way the Most High created this earth, there's no evolution, you know that. There's no Big Bang, you know that. But for some odd reason, it's hard for people to get past this fake, phony ball earth. And that's what I'm going to call it, because it is fake and it's phony. It's a lie, right? Until somebody could explain to me how is gravity holding people underneath the ball earth in Antarctica with all those military bases. I don't want to hear anything else about this until you bring, as a matter of fact, from now on, I no longer bear the burden of proof. Now others have to prove their claims. Because, see, I bear my burden. I go anywhere in the Bible, show you. I go into simple common sense definitions, show you. I can go into even science, show you. I can go into geography and show you. Okay? So, again, it's so much proof. Why are they saying it's 10 places on Earth? That's flatter than a pancake if the Earth is a ball. I don't get it. Right? I mean, any person with common sense would go and take a ruler and put it to a ball and see that doesn't add up. Sorry. I don't care how big they say the ball is. You mean to tell me if I fly all around the world, right? Just fly around the world, and I just see a straight line, while I'm flying around the world. I don't see no drop off. I don't feel my airplane dipping around the ball, curving around it or nothing. But I feel it just flying straight across. I guess that I would be considered a madman. And I showed many videos of, air flights, time lapses. And you can go look, time lapse, airplane flight, San Francisco to Tokyo. And you can see exactly which way the airplane is going. It doesn't go across the Pacific Ocean. It doesn't. It goes straight on up north and it goes on over, straight across. And just to give you guys a visual of that, just to show you what I'm talking about. Because again, you have to see a flat earth map to understand it. Why I say, they don't go. Sorry about that. Why they don't go around the ball, dealing with airplane flights. Okay, so let's just go here. Share one more time. Okay. So on a flat earth map, and there's many of them, right? And this would be a representation right here. What God said he created, the sky looking like glass. All you got to do is put this in water. So there's water above this. And there you go. But dealing with this whole discussion here, this is United States, this is California here. All this right here is California. Okay. See airplanes flying up north. just like all those bases in Antarctica are along the coastline for a reason. You don't never see anything in the middle of Antarctica because there is no middle. Okay. They know that beyond this, the firmament, just like here, people would think that, it's totally ridiculous, right? All you got to do is fold down, cut these little segments, don't even touch the middle of the map, and bend all these down and tape them, and you'll have yourself a globe. So what gives? This would be the North Pole. This would be at the bottom here. If you bent, say you made a slice here, slice here, slice here, and a slice here, you fold down the edges and tape them all where Antarctica would be. You would have yourself a ball Earth. But for some odd reason, even when United Nations show you this in their logo, it's the United Nations logo. What is it? What do you see here? Same flat Earth map, right? Just to give you guys, let me get my book, because it's this area, right? It's this area I was looking at. I don't know if I wrote it down, but let's go back to Google Earth real quick before I end this live and show you guys something down here. Google Earth. Because again, people say the flat Earth sounds totally ridiculous. Well, you got to explain why walking upside down underneath the ball doesn't sound totally ridiculous. That's what I want to find out. When is that going to be proven not to be ridiculous? Walking upside down here. Because indeed they are underneath the ball, are they not? Or is that just, another thing they say? Oh, the Earth's so big you can't find the curve. The Earth's so big you can't tell where, if you're standing upside down or not. Not only do your eyes play tricks on you, but your mind does as well. So let's see, what was I doing? Okay, let's see here. See if I can find it here. All right, I'm not looking for that. All right, let's see. Where is that spot? Because they got an article talking about oops, I don't want that one. Okay, let's see. Think it's this one right here. I'm not sure, but think this is it. Let me just see real quick. Get this off the screen here. Go 3D. Just check out what's over here, right? Again. Super blurred. Can't really see nothing. Trying to find where this area is where they got all this stuff at. Let's check here. Here's another research center, huh? I mean, they got a whole lot down here, right? With all this research centers and airport. Look at this. Got an airport down here. I wonder how it is flying underneath the ball, right? Just asking questions, right? I mean, people need to ask things like that. How are they flying underneath this ball here? And as I stated before, all this stuff is on the coastlines because there is no middle of Antarctica. Okay. Let's see here. All this, look at this. All this right here is covered up in this patched up ice. Let's zoom in here. See what they hiding down here. Oh, can't. Okay. Keep it moving. Oh, look at this. Look at who down here. Rothschild. You know, I'm starting to think that these guys got little underground bases over here. You know, they got this land here named Rothschild, and then you zoom in and it ain't nothing there. It's just in this little location here. You got all this weird looking stuff over here. They just covered up, right? It also looks like a little outline to a base. Who knows, right? We know they're trying to run and hide from the Most High because they know their judgment coming. But, you know, see what else they got down here, right? Look at this. Smiley. Oh, here you go. Now they released the coverage. See what's over here at Smiley. Huh? Still can't see nothing, right? Cutting and pasting. But everybody believes this fantastic ball. Look at this. Look at this. What is this right here? I mean, come on. Open your eyes, people. Take a look at what they're all about. Let's go right here. Let's see what's right here. Again, smudges, hiding stuff. Snow don't even look like that. Ain't even no cloud. You could tell it's not a cloud. Let's look over here at Wright Island. Let's see what's at Wright Island, right? Wright Island. Oh, somebody went and did some patch-up work. I see someone did some patch-up work. This guy, Melvin's just searching underneath the ball and he's finding all this stuff. Sounds like somebody is an Israeli spy. Because last time I came over here, before I mentioned it, all this stuff was visible. Now it's just this, you know, patch of haze that been thrown over these bases here. You could tell things are here too. Where's that? one person at? Let's see. I think he over here, right, in this mountain here. Or it could be another mountain. Right? Look at this. I mean, if there's nothing there, why hide it? Right? I'm trying to find this guy. I think he over here in this dune here. Mount Sydney. Yeah, I think that guy over here somewhere. Right? This is a big volcano. Mount Sydney. Volcano in the Antarctic. Mount Sydney. Of course, they don't tell you it's a volcano down there, right? They never did and they never will. If they're trying to hide stuff from you, then hey. Let's check this mountain range here. I'm trying to find this guy. His name is Ayo. It's your bro. It's your boy, right? That's his name. That's who took the little look at this. We got yellow snow mixed in with a little blue. I mean, give me a break. Color changing. But oh, this ball must be, must have been some editing problems here, right? Let me see. See, coastline, right? Look over here. They all on the coast. They ain't nowhere inland. See, coastline, right? Coastline over here. They all on the coast, all on the ice ring, right? Coastline, right? Because when you look at the flat Earth map, it makes sense why they're at the coast, right? You know, Richard E. Byrd came out talking about all that stuff that's down there, all the natural minerals, and they had to cover stuff up. All right, let's see. I've been on for an hour and 30 minutes. I didn't want it to drag out too long. Just want to touch on a few scriptures and a few reasons why, I say, people need to read their Bible. The only thing that's going to tell you the truth down here is that, right? Everybody can answer that question. Yeah, God created the earth. But when they're asked how, that's where they hit the roadblock. Because they don't read those scriptures dealing with the descriptions of the earth. He didn't describe it as a ball. He said it's a circle. Circles are flat. I mean, you take a flat piece of paper and draw a circle. But yeah, that's what, that's why I showed that. It's fun using Google Earth, because at the end of the day, people can see where they manipulate a lot of things. And what's the point for the manipulation? I mean, if the earth wasn't flat, then why you got to hide all that stuff, right? If it wasn't flat, then why you mentioning it all the time, right? If it wasn't flat, then why are they trying to push, you don't need to look into it. No, it needs to be looked into. Then you got all the other people, that don't want to do the research themselves. Even when the research is done for them, they still don't believe it. Brian, it is a lot weird. When you read the book of Enoch, I encourage you to go online and just put in Book of Enoch PDF and, read that whole book. Even more so the first beginning of it, and then read the storehouses, the revolution of the lights, and all that. It's really 364 days in a year, not 365, right? And then it tells us, you know, sir, how many days are supposed to be in 5, 10, 3 years, 5 years, and 8 years. I don't think, you know, I don't think John is saying anything bad. From what I see, he's actually agreeing with what he's seeing. You know, a lot of people are sitting in here, and that's another thing. You know, I gotta start, you know, interacting with the chat a little bit more. Oh, I know, John. I could tell when it's a troll coming in here, because a troll will be like, "Oh, that's stupid. Oh, well, how do you explain this?" Or it's just a bunch of nonsense. When somebody trying to find out truth, because like I tell people all the time, I didn't just, you know, wake up one day and say, "Oh, you know, the Earth is flat." No, I obviously did all the research. First, I tried disproving that the Earth was flat, and that's what that's what actually made me find out that the Earth was actually flat. A lot of people got that pride and ego to where they don't want to admit when they lied to. Excuse me for a minute. I'm gonna be right back. I'm about to go get some coffee. I'll be right back. All right. So the reason, like, you know, the reason why I say this a lot, the reason why I talk about this topic a lot, and the reason why I'm not going to stop talking about this topic is because, for the simple fact, what I showed at the beginning of this video is, you know, they're trying to present these fallen angels as aliens. That's what they're trying to do. That's why they got that COVID-19 relief bill, you know, in the HR 6666. They tell you basically they're about to do. Oh, and I don't put it past them, because they've been planning this out for a very long time, especially when going back to Warner von Braun, right? When he came out and spilled the beans. He said the last card, right? The last card is the fake alien invasion card, the fake alien threat card. That's what he said on his deathbed. He said that's their last card that they're going to play on humanity, is the fake alien threat card. And that's what his whole Project Bluebeam come into question, right? And I think that went live. If you guys haven't heard about it, let me just show you real quick. Talking about, because if I just tell you guys, did you guys hear about the 2 moons that was seen in the sky? You guys gonna be like, what? 2 moons? What? Yeah, you'll have to see it, you know, to believe it. But Project Bluebeam It has just went live. That's what's going on. And they're gonna fake this whole alien invasion, just based off that. So let me get this video here real quick. This is off Omega Watchman's channel. Okay. Let me see here. All right, so trying to find a video. And of course, this guy's covering people. Everybody's over there freezing to death, guys. I mean, literally. Over there where the snowstorms is going on, people are actually freezing to death in their cars. And cars are, look at this car. But anyway, this is what I want you guys to see. I hope, let me just see here. Turn this off real quick. I just want to, get to the part that I want to show here. I don't necessarily need to play the whole video. You guys should have saw this on the news already. And I hope Omega Watchman don't mind me mirroring his video here. But as you see here, let me just get this to a pretty good point. You guys could see this. They talk about it's Mars moon projecting itself in the sky. All right, so as you guys see, they say this is Mars moon projecting itself in the sky here. No, this is you guys with your garbage Project Bluebeam, push fake aliens and fake planets. Who knows? Maybe some other fake stuff. But let's just go into this because this was out a while back, and I know a lot of people haven't heard about this Project Bluebeam. Okay. Go to images, show you why this is such a big deal here. Because again, along with the fake alien invasion, they're going to present to you the Antichrist here. Coming with the UFOs. That's why he pushed this whole thing about God's chariots or UFOs, right? Aliens are fake. These are demons, okay? This is what they're going to be doing. This is Project Bluebeam here. Holograms, right? Holograms, just like the city that was projected in the sky. And they aired this on the news, testing it, right? Just like here, Project Bluebeam, right? Spiral in the sky. You see, there's a light source right here at the hill. And all they're doing is testing this on you guys. Oh, look at this weird spiral in the sky. It's UFO technology. Right? See what else they got. See what else we could show here that they used. Project Bluebeam. Right? It's like here. They tried to pull this garbage off in the skies of, I believe this is, again, I don't know where that is. Just like this here, right? Where's that other one at? This other picture that aired on the news, and they tried to pass this off as, some sort of a sign of Christ's return. Let me see, where is that pic? Here, no. But also, this is another one too, right? It's probably in one of these images here, right? It was something else. It was like another photo. This right here. Here it is. Oops. There it is right there. Okay. It's right here. No, that's not what I want. Where is it? Okay, here it is right here. They were saying, because the scriptures call him the cloud rider, right? And this image right here, And then people will be like, oh, look, I seen Christ in the clouds. Well, what did he say about that, right? In these last days? For when they shall say, look, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. They say he's in the desert, go not forth, right? This here, okay? Project Bluebeam, right? Just like they could make it seem like all this, right? Just like they had this in the clouds. People actually thought they saw Christ here. He doesn't even look like this, by the way. I mean, the Bible gives you a clear description of what he looks like. Just like this, that horseman, just like here in Tokyo, right? Had this image in the clouds, right? Project Bluebeam. And a lot of people are going to be fooled. Why? For one, they don't read their Bible. For two, they think everything is a damn conspiracy theory. Like the government don't have this technology to do this. When they all, they come out and tell you they do. DARPA. Here you go. It's looking DARPA, right? Look at all this. This is DARPA's technology. Look at this. What the heck is this? This is DARPA's technology, right? We don't want that. Look at this. Novel orbital and moon manufacturing materials and mass efficient designs. Talking about orbital and moon manufacturing. Oh, well, what do you know? This is from February 26, 2021. DARPA Subterranean Challenge final event. After 3 years of development, DARPA Subterranean Sub-T Challenge teams will get a chance to compete for up to $2 million in the final event being held in Louisville Mega Cavern in Louisville, Kentucky. Oh, so they're building bases everywhere, huh? Underground. Fascinating. Small business, industry, universities. This is where DARPA is. Government, public and media, right? Look at this. DARPA response to coronavirus. DARPA is working closely with the Department of Defense and Department of Health and Human Services. In addition, to its academic and industry partners, we provide technical and scientific solutions to address the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, I guess all the big techie guys are in on it, right? DARPA. Anyway, we don't want to mention the big bad bug, might get banned just for saying the name. So totally ridiculous. But all in all, again, just showing you guys all this stuff. Look at this. Another Project Bluebeam. New York City. Got this light going up and then so-called image of Christ here again. Dealing with this. So if they could project, see, I would talk about that, Brian, but actually John Cage, I would talk about that, but I really can't, seeing as they're, Rap the News. I used to watch that guy, but, that dude, I mean, yeah, I used to buy the whole Planet X trash, but, as you see, oh, that's something, excuse me. That's something I could show real quick. Just because you just brought that up, Mom, I'll show that. Show that before I get off this hologram thing that my mom was talking about. This is how they can make stuff look actually real. And it's pretty it's pretty scary to know that, some people could get fooled by this. Let's just do this one first. Let's do this one. And of course, I'm going to keep my sound off, or I don't care.
In the game.
Okay, this is a hologram here. Looks so real. Just looks so real, doesn't it? Now that's when you need to worry, right? Because what if they wanted to drive humanity into a mass hysteria? What if they wanted to drive humanity into a mass hysteria and they wanted to Project Bluebeam some big storm, right? And have all these sound effects and stuff like that. And they just say, hey, look, we got this storm here. They could really do some mental damage, for the people that just ain't ain't really looking at this stuff. John Cage, I'm not worried about, that. I know when people are coming in here and they're negative and stuff like that. I don't think anybody think you're I don't think anybody let me just see. I'm probably missing a lot. No. Yeah, so all in all, everybody here is everybody that joined this live is pretty cool. Some people already know that, there's a reputation with, trolls coming in, stuff like that, but I don't think the trolls are going to come anymore once they start, when I did that debate with Red's Rhetoric, all his little trolls came in and they were all like little children. They play video games and, watch anime and all this other stuff, right? They don't have any science to back up their claims. It's just like they just go about believing what other people tell them without doing their own research. And that's why I encourage people to, look into everything I say. I don't expect people to believe what I say. I don't expect people to believe what anybody else says. I encourage people, go do the research for yourself. I just present people the evidence that I've come across. I can see that, John Cage. Believe me, I know when somebody's coming in causing problems. Although it's not too many people that, that come across and stick around to even learn anything about any type of truth. Some people stick around, but, not too many. But, all in all, you can only lead a horse to water. You just can't make them drink it, though. The horse got to want to be thirsty. Not a lot of people are thirsty. A lot of people just want to work, go home, eat dinner, go back to work, send their children to school where we learned a bunch of lies, and then we send our children to school and we even parrot the same lies we was taught when we were little, like Santa and the Easter Bunny and all these other lies. It just seems like, the world has conformed to lies, right? So much to where, it's being taught over and over and over and over again. Pretty much not off topic because I'm pretty much done with the live. I'm about to end it soon, but what do I know about the evil inclination? I don't know anything about the evil inclination. I don't look into stuff that's evil, really, unless I'm going to expose it for being evil. But nowadays, you got to watch what you talk about on YouTube because, they just add to their policy day by day, right? Excuse me real quick while I go close. So let me see here. So if that answers your question, Dave, I don't know anything about it. I don't think what does it pertain to? Because again, I'm very careful about what I look into and what I believe. That's if you're still sitting around in the stream. But all in all, if anybody got any questions, anybody want to leave any comments, or, you know, before I end this live, I'm going to try to, let me just check something real quick before I do get off, because I really do want to try and start having some people come on as a guest. I got another live schedule for tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. Going to be covering current events and stuff going on in what's his name? King David had to destroy it in his heart to get close to the Most High. Oh, okay. Talking about that whole thing with King David. Not only that, you know, how does you know, how does it rain? How do we get our rain when there's an outer space, when there's no water? How do we even have an atmosphere? I mean, space is supposed to be a vacuum. But again, these are little how could I say this? These are little gateways, right? Yeah, I know that you know, the globe don't have a sea level. You know, it's just many gateways that they created, right? It seemed like they covered every avenue. Like if you go into a flat earth debate with anybody that believes 100% that the earth is a ball, and you ask them, do you believe in evolution? They'll tell you no. Okay. Do you believe you know, do you believe in the Big Bang? No. Okay. So you don't believe in evolution, you don't believe in the Big Bang, and those are the two primary sources that support the ball earth, but you still believe the earth is a ball. It doesn't make sense. If one thing is a lie, everything else is a lie as well. You know, but most people don't understand that. I mean, I'm just speaking to those that, you know, don't understand, you know, the earth, you know, could never be, humans cannot live on a ball. I mean, you try walking on a ball. I mean, the floor is flat for a reason. You're flat-footed. I mean, why would God make us flat-footed and put us on a ball? It doesn't make sense. And why would he put us on a, and then when you really read the scriptures, right? How is it that he watches all of us at the same time, but you got people underneath the ball? Yet he resides in the north. So that would mean on a ball, he would be at the top. How is he able to see everybody at the bottom? It doesn't make sense. It makes more sense on a flat earth, you know. I'm referring to Job and Isaiah when it talks about, or even that other scripture where it says, am I a God afar off? Am I not a God close at hand? Is there any man that could hide himself, you know, from his sight? Nobody could, you know. Now on the ball, you know, he would have to be moving around the ball. Last time I checked, he was sitting still on his throne, looking down on everyone, not looking around, upside down, or none of that. That's why they're getting these bunkers ready. And all these people you so-called seeing drop dead. Now, I'm not going to say if they died or not, but, you know. But yeah, man, all in all, just know that they're about to get ready to disclose that they've been communicating with the fallen angels, right? So get ready for that. That's why you guys could go look this up. Joe Biden, when he was what was that, senator or something? I forgot what he was. But he was talking and he was mentioning these I think they were soldiers or something. Anyway, they were on this plane and he said they were 6 fallen angels. Let me get that real quick. So, because I find it very fascinating that he mentions 6 fallen angels. Like, what's the point of saying something like that? Let me bring this video up real quick. Just get this one last thing. This dude, I'm sorry, man. This dude looked like a nut job, man. Joe Biden looks like a complete hack. Look at this guy. Blow this up. Look at this guy.
On my way back, I was supposed to fly out this last Friday on a C-1.
This is the speech where he mentions the fallen angels. Listen to this. This is a card. Senator, yeah, he was a senator then. I was right. Mentioned 6 fallen angels.
130. And on that flight, they placed what they call, and this is heart-wrenching, they refer to every one of those bodies as a fallen angel. They put 6 fallen angels on that aircraft. And, you know, Chris, what do you say? Why did they fall?
I mean, weird and awkward. They put 6 fallen angels on that flight. I mean, come on. Out of all things, they put 6 fallen angels on the flight. I mean, come on, man. These guys know. And especially with this whole thing with the UFO phenomena ramping up, it would make sense that, you know, if the Antichrist is near, that they would be presenting his little minions. But all in all, guys, I'm not going to stay on too long. It's 10:39. I'm about to get ready to go to bed soon. Don't want to keep you guys up too long. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you guys go and view the beginning and, you know, break out your Bible, read it, read the whole chapter, pray for understanding if you don't understand something, and always have an open mind, because closed minds close doors. Okay. You can't gain knowledge and wisdom being closed minded, especially when it comes to the truth. And let's just acknowledge some of these comments and some of the people that came in. Thank everybody for joining. Rebecca Fisher. I know some people in here that were in here that, you know, that were in here. But all in all, thank you all for joining, and hope it was an informative live. I hope people do their own research. And for those that do know or had some notion that, you know, the earth was flat, I'll tell you one thing, you know, don't let nobody try and tell you anything different, although they can't, because no one can stop with the Most High, you know, set in motion. And it's another thing also about them giants, because I see Dave mentioning this in the chat. You know, there was also a, I forget what book it's in. I think it's in the Lost Book of the Garden of Eden or something like that. But it was talking about a tall tree that reached to that was seen by the whole earth, and it reached to the height of heaven. Now, question, if on a ball, this was a tall tree and it reached up to heaven, well, on a ball, it wouldn't be no heaven. It would be outer space. But if this thing reached all the way up to heaven, how did everybody see it? Just a little question. But all in all, good night, everybody. Hope you all have a blessed night, and shalom.